Developing tonight, new fears over Antifa violence and these alt-left activists that continue to disrupt our country. Here with reaction, filmmaker and author of the new book, The Big Lie, Dinesh D'Souza. Good evening, Dinesh. A lot to talk about tonight. What is the big lie?
Well, the big lie is the idea that fascism and Nazism are phenomena of the right. Ever since Trump's election, the kind of underlying meta story, the big story about Trump and the Republicans has been that the right is fascist. And this is used not only as an insult, but as a pretext for the left to do all kinds of extreme tactics, from violence on the campuses to disrupting the inauguration, mainstream Democrats not even attending the inauguration, an attempt to sort of usurp and overthrow Trump's presidency. All of this is based on the idea that Trump is somehow a fascist. He's like Hitler in the 1930s. And what I show in the book is the opposite. Not only is Trump not a fascist, he doesn't have a fascist bone in his body, but fascism and Nazism have always been phenomena of the left. Hitler, remember, was a national socialist. And so what the left has done is they've tried to take the socialism out of national socialism and smear the right for something that it is intrinsically not.
Well, what's amazing about it is that the left and these Antifa, I used to call them that, ninja-clad individuals are claiming that they are defending the country and stopping the fascists from gaining ground, and they are admittedly committing violent acts, saying that not all speech is acceptable. I mean, how do they realign this whole thinking with the Constitution? And how does law enforcement and a lot of these cops stand down when they come out?
Well, the reason is that the Antifa guys pretend to be anti-fascists. They've even labeled themselves anti-fascists, and so they act like the fascists are on the other side, even though when you look at the Antifa guys, they dress like fascists. They look exactly like Mussolini's brown shirts from the 20s. They carry weapons, and they're more dangerous than the ragtag white supremacists in Charlottesville. I know there was a death in Charlottesville, but look, these Antifa guys are allied with people in Hollywood, with the mayor of Berkeley, with the dean on major campuses, with the Democratic Party. So these are Dinesh, people closer to power.
I got to push back a little bit here. I mean, there was a woman who was hit by a car, Heather Heyer. I mean, she was killed. That's as violent as violence can get. And that was not Antifa.
No, I agree with that completely, but what I'm saying is that ultimately the real danger in our culture doesn't just come from the fascism of the street, but from the fascism of institutions. And so, for example, when Google can fire a guy for writing a memo, when Hollywood bosses can drive people out of the industry because they're on the wrong side of the political aisle, when universities can destroy the career of academics because they don't toe the party line, what I'm saying is we have to fear these institutions far more because they have far more real power.
Should government funding be removed from those academic institutions that don't allow free speech, that don't allow conservatives to speak on their campuses?
That's one tactic. I think an even better one. Remember in the 1950s when the Democratic governor Orville Faubus tried to block black kids from going to school and exercising their basic rights, Eisenhower sent in the National Guard. Remember, the First Amendment is one of our most fundamental rights. I think that when campuses try to create this kind of violent atmosphere to prevent speakers, Trump should send in the National Guard to protect our free speech rights.
Very quickly, the good news is when Ben Shapiro was at Berkeley on Thursday, as violent as it got, at least there were 9 people arrested. Dinesh D'Souza, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
My pleasure.
And next, the wait is over. Buckle in and get ready to soar and fight some bad guys. My exclusive look inside an F-35 fighter jet is next. It's a dangerous world. The high-tech threats as we Americans face from around the globe require that our government be on the cutting edge of technology and innovation to keep us safe. As we speak, production of the F-35 fighter jet is being ramped up. It is a truly remarkable stealth fighter that will be in use by our government in some of the most dangerous areas of the globe. Recently, I had the chance to visit Lockheed Martin's Fighter Demonstration Center and get a first-hand look look at the unbelievable technology behind the F-35. I even got to fly in an F-35 simulator. Take a look. So here we are in Arlington, Virginia, at the Lockheed Martin Fighter Demonstration Center. And we are actually going to be flying, kind of, an F-35, which is an amazing stealth vehicle that you've been hearing a lot about in the political arena. We're going to show you what an amazing plane this is. Okay, I can see a light. All right, and now I sit. Is there a seatbelt? This is our camera?
Yes.
Hi. I'm here at the center with Al Norman and Bob Rubino, both of them former Navy pilots. You're a test pilot. All right, you want to correct me already, I can tell. What would you say that the F-35 has to offer that no other airplane has to offer?
Well, Judge, I'd say the F-35 is the only multi-role fighter available to the world. It combines the attributes of stealth, sensor-fused mission system avionics, and network-centric operations, in other words, connectivity between airplanes, to allow pilots now that fly the airplane to go places they couldn't go before, to know things they could never know before, to execute their mission and come home safely.
What does that signify when the big flames come out the back?
It makes you go faster.
Oh, we're going to do this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you put your arm here, and this is what we call the control stick. And you pull back on
So this is a double-fisted thing.
It
huh?
is.
Am I pressing that button?
No, we may press it later, but we don't need to press it right now.
Is there a bomb in that?
There's a gun in that.
Oh, there's a gun. Sorry. Between all of the, what you would see on an old airplane, you see the dials, none of that stuff is visible on this F-35. I mean, is it a new way to fight? Is this offering us the ability to be safer?
It's not only a new way to fight, it's a new way to think.
Your mission today is to attack a control tower at an enemy airfield, and we're going to go and do that with 2,000-pound bombs that we have internal to the aircraft. Those are what you're going to be using. These little circles,
Yes.
So they're actually squares with circles around them. Those are bad guy airplanes.
How do I drop the bomb?
It'd be this
The
button.
red one.
We want to give our men and women in uniform an unfair edge if they have to go into combat. It gives them the ability to go execute the mission and come back safely every time. And that's what F-35 is going to do for the U.S. services.
I'm going to push go. You're not going to be flying the airplane.
I
You
can
put it
shoot
where you
this
want.
guy now?
Not yet. You're almost there in range. Just push and hold the button.
The red button?
Yep. You can watch your weapon bay door open up there, and the bomb goes away. If you want, you have two of them.
Right.
And it shows you a couple seconds to impact. There's a couple of the flashes, and you just took out that hangar.
This airplane, because of those attributes, like you said, allow the pilot to decide what to do and when to do. So instead of those knobs and dials that we're used to, and being a technician and operating those, we've now become a tactician of the battle space, and we know everything that's going on around us.
Now we're slowing down. Release your right pedal. Perfect. There's a couple of other F-35s on the deck.
Tell them to get out of the way.
See your little airplane right there?
I see. Yeah,
You'll see
but where's the ship?
It's going to come in a minute, right here. Just keep looking up, and we'll go to 0 when we get above the ship.
With what?
Yep, if you want to. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. There's your airplane.
So I'll land
ship.
in the ocean,
Go ahead and
right?
do it now. Correct. So look down to your left. There's the ship. So now we want to line up at that yellow line, and the way we do that is our left foot. Push to your left foot.
This is amazing. It flies itself.
Just keep coming.
That is unbelievable.
There you go. You heard the tire?
Yeah. I get the sense that it really gives the pilot the ability to think as opposed to trying to figure things out.
That's exactly.
Actually, the pilot's not thinking, this is thinking.
So it's both of you. It's both of you.
Oh, that's nice. I wasn't thinking much. But, all right, you getting out? So you stand up again, I assume?
Again is the easiest way to do it.
There you go. That's it.
A little heavy. Wow. Everything that I saw in the cockpit, I'm seeing in this helmet.
If you turn your head, you'll be able to see that all that information still follows you. If you look down between your legs, you can see what's below you. You're looking.
That is incredible. It's beautiful. It's clear. It's worth every penny. Amazing. So everybody go out and buy one. We'll be right back with a tribute to my special friend.